Welcome guys to another Eye of Terror battle reports. So today we have another Shadow War campaign that we're doing. I'm going to be using my Genestealer Cult Dominus. No, Destructus.
Yes.
Yes, and you are going to be using?
I'm running a Skitarii Kill team, the Omnissiah's Will.
Ooh. Sorry, the what?
The Omnissiah's Will.
The Omnissiah's Will. So we have already rolled off to see what mission we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing Ambush. We also rolled off to see who would be the ambusher and who would be the defender. And so I'm the attacker / ambusher, hopefully, if he doesn't get his way. And Ian's going to be the defender. So basically what it is Ian has to set up or divide his team up into one or more groups of 2 or more models. And then what he gets to do is his one core group he has to set up within 6 inches of the center of the board, and then I get to set up my entire kill team anywhere on the board outside of 12 inches of that defending group. Then from there he can use the rest of his groups and try to sort of counter deploy by rolling a d6. On a 1 to 5 they have to be set up within 4 inches of a model that's already placed, or on a 6 he can place them anywhere on the board, including within an inch of my guys, which is kind of funny. We both also rolled for our subplots. I got Corrosive Slick, so if anybody decides to charge or run, they have to roll a d6, and on a 1 they're down at the end of the movement, which is scary.
You don't have good luck with this.
No, we've played some test games and stuff like that, and we had this, and I don't know, I think I rolled 4 1s for 4 different characters. One of them eventually died off. The rest came back in time, just because of the injury rolls, but it was, yeah, I did not have fun whatsoever. It was bad. Terrible, because the Genestealers want to get up closer than your guys, because you have that 30-inch range with your guns, right?
Well, you keep spilling stuff all over the floor.
It's the slick, that the vial and stuff like that. Yeah, it's bad, it's bad. So let's show you the kill teams, let's show you the board, and we'll get into the action from there. So this here is my starting kill team for this little mini campaign with Ian. We're not sure exactly how many Prometheum that we're going up to. What, you want to try 15? Shoot for 15 eventually? Go. Yeah. So regular size mission. So starting off here for Cult Destructus, we have Dominus. He is my leader, so he has the mining suit, bolt pistol, power pack, or power pick, and the combat blade. To his right, I have Alof, sorry. He's a trooper, so he has a combat blade, auto gun, and the mining suit as well. To his right is Grom, who has the heavy stubber, combat blade, mining suit. And then to his right is Kador with the mining laser and combat blade and mining suit as well. Then the back row there, we have Baz, which is, I know he's equipped with a shotgun right now, but he actually has the auto pistol. And then Daz to his right, auto pistol and combat blade as well. And then we have Broker to the right there of him. He actually has the auto pistol, and he has some dynamite in his hand, blast charges, but he has an auto pistol and combat blade mining suit. And then Fendez, the very last guy there, actually has the auto gun and the combat blade. So that is my team for this mission. And this is Ian's Omnissiah, Cult of the Omnissiah's Will. Something like
just
that?
Just Omnissiah's Will.
Omnissiah's Will. Interesting. I have played these guys just on a couple of test games, and I hate them with a passion. I think some of my characters rolled hatred, and that's just sort of boiling up in me still. The guy on the right with the long gun, what is that gun called?
Oh, that is a Transoronic Arquebus.
Yeah, terrible. Terrible. Anyhow, Ian, why don't you walk us through what you have on your team?
In my first group, they're divided into 3 groups of 2.
Yep.
We've got the Alpha Tallies with Archimedes, just a standard ranger. Tallies has a taser goad, phosphor blast pistol, and combat blade warplate.
Okay. And
Archimedes has a galvanic rifle and combat blade warplate.
Next one.
In the center, the ranger is Eudoxus with a galvanic rifle, combat blade, and warplate. And Antiphon has an arc rifle, a combat blade, and warplate. In the last group, we have the ranger Hipparchus with a galvanic rifle, combat blade, warplate, sensing a theme here. And Euclid has the Transoronic Arquebus and a photovisor. and the Combat Blade Warplate.
Oh, so that is Ian's team. So Ian, you're going to be setting up this group first, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. So these guys, these two, have to set up within 6 inches of the center of the board. And how you win is basically you make your opponent bottle, or they voluntarily bottle, whatever they choose. So Ian, you get a +1 though on your roll. What Indomitable is what you rolled. So he gets a +1 on his leadership rolls for bottling and such. Which is really good because they're leadership 9 with his leader, so that brings it up to a 10, or 8 with his regular guys, so that brings them up to a 9 for bottle test, which is great. So he's going to set up those guys. I'll show you the board next, and we'll come back with deployment after that. This here is the 4x4 board that we are playing with. We got a whole bunch of little things, line breakers, stuff like that. And we've tried doing our best to set up the terrain so that really you can't get too many line of sights through or across the board. This building in the center here, we are saying that you can see through the windows. There's some objects inside there, and there are some doors at the front. So if you wanted to go in that building, you technically could. And then, yeah, so we got more crates and other options, like so. So we'll come back with deployment next. So we are deployed for today's mission. So Ian has set up his 2 guys. One is down there, right there. And then his leader is right here. Those are the 2 guys that he had to set up within 6 inches of the center of the board. I then set up everybody else outside of 12 inches. So we set up 1 guy there hiding. These guys all have pistols. 2 guys there hiding. I set up my mining laser there hiding, as well as my leader, Dominus. And then I set up that guy over there hiding with the auto gun. He's the trooper. And then I also set up 2 guys over there, don't mind the background shelving unit, on the walkway hiding outside of 12 inches. Ian, for his rolls, rolled all ones between 1 and 5.
Yeah.
So he had to set up the rest of his 2 groups within 4 inches of his leaders or guys that he already set up. So the one that's in here and his leader down there. So he had 2 guys set up there, 1 guy set up there, and another second guy set up down there. So Ian doesn't even have a chance at this point in time to go first, which I kind of would like him to go first because I'm hiding, but at the same time, it also allows me to do what I can do. So we'll come back with my first round. So I have completed my movement for round 1. All these guys have moved up 4 inches, are continuing to hide. Over here, these guys stayed stationary, hiding. That guy there has moved up and hid. And these 2 guys are hiding still behind there, unless I choose to fire. We will see what happens, though, when we come back with round 1 shooting for the Genestealer Cult Destructus. So it started at the shooting phase. Grom here, I believe is what I called him, with the heavy stubber, is going to be doing sustained fire with 2 dice onto the leader. We'll see where I want to spread them out, but here's the 2d3 rolls. So I get a total of 4 hits. So the first one's going to be on the leader, like I said, and the guy on the left of the leader actually is within 2 inches. So if I do hit him, he's pinned. So I need 4 or higher. That's a 3, so nothing. Second one, same guy, hits. So let's see if I wound. Your toughness 3. Ooh. Yeah. So I need 3s and some wounds. You get your armor save. -1.
That is
nothing.
Not.
So let's see if I can down him. No, he is down, but not taken out of action.
So he takes 1 wound?
Yep. Oh, he's a 2 wound guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's not down then. I didn't know he's 2 wounds. So you know he's just down 1. He's regular. He's not down. So, all right. Second, we do need to do some pinning tests. We'll come back for the guy within within 2. So I'm gonna try the leader again. Hit on a 6, so I need my ammo roll, and I make it. And so then I need to roll a wound, needing a 3. It's a wound, and you make your armor save. And then last one is going to be the guy that's on your arc gun there, or not the arc gun.
The arquebus?
Yes. And it's a 6, so here's my ammo roll. Please be good. It's good again with a 9, and I roll a 3. There's a wound. Let's see if you save.
Saves.
He saves with a 5+. You got a 4+ armor save,
yes.
right? But he is pinned, actually. And let's do the And they both need to see, well, and so both these guys here are pinned and they are face up. I'm moving things and knocking
Knocked
things
over the ammo
over.
crate as he fell.
That's right. And then he's face up as well. Get back there. Like so. He is face up. Supposed to be face up. But they are pinned, and that is the shooting from him. And he does have one wound remaining. I didn't know he was 2 wounds, or else I wouldn't have rolled on the whole injury chart and stuff like that. But that's good to know. I had no idea. So we'll continue on with my shooting. With this guy here, who's also going to shoot at the leader over there. So he's in the open. So I need 4s. Nothing, because it is just an auto gun. So my leader here, Dominus, is going to shoot at the guy right through the door there. He does have cover, so I do need to roll a whole whopping 5 or 6 to hit. There's a 6, so here's an ammo roll. I make it. And then it is strength 4 versus toughness 3, so here's a roll. So there's a wound. You have a -1 armor save. So yeah, make it, yeah. But he is pinned. He's pinned. Woo! Then the mining laser guy, he's going to shoot at him too. So needing 5s. Are you still covered? No, most of your body's actually out of that doorway, is it not now?
From line of sight?
Yeah.
But you're shooting through this barricade.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. So that 4 does not hit. But I will try with the auto gun as well. Let's take him down. There's a 6. Makes it. Now I need 4s to wound. And it's a 1, so nothing. But he is pinned. Woohoo! This guy here is shooting through cover at the Skitarii inside the window. So I need 5s. It's a 3, so nothing. It's a miss. And around this is what it looks like. All these guys. These 2 guys are still hiding. This guy has popped his head out and does have pretty significant cover. These guys all have really good cover, and same with those guys up there. We're going to go over to round 1 for the Skitarii, which needs to make 3 initiative tests for their pinned fighters. Whoa. So initiative test time for the beginning of the round. So we're going to start off with Euclid, which is his Arquebus. So he makes it. And so he can stand up and activate. Then the leader, who has initiative 4, so he makes it. And the guy in the door there, 3, he makes it. So they all stand up. That's not what I wanted. Uh-oh. So after Ian standing up his 3 guys, the only one that has moved is his leader, who's hiding now over on this side. Everybody else has stayed stationary, including the guy that was shot in there. I really want that leader dead, or that big gun, in all honesty. We'll come back with shooting next. So starting off the shooting phase for Ian, Euclid here is going to be shooting into my mining laser there. So he gets a minus what to your...
He's going to get a -1.
He gets a -1, and then he also gets a -2 because of cover.
It's -1 to cover because of his photovisor.
That's
so
right. So it's -2. So you need a 6 here. Or no, 5 or 6. Well,
there's the 6.
So you hit. Now you need to make an ammo check.
And that's 2d6?
Yeah. Which you make it. So then you got to roll a wound.
Strength 7.
Yep. And that is a wound. So now roll to see what happens.
D3 damage.
Oh, that's not good.
So that's 2.
Okay. Let's see. He is out of action. So I need to make leadership tests on both those guys there. See if they go running away. So I'll start off with my leader. He makes it. And I'll do my other guy beside him who also makes it. So that is that for them. This guy here, Antiphon, is going to be attacking Grom here. I have a +2 cover to his roll, but he has... because he's within 12 inches, I think. He has a -2
or +2
or a +2 to the roll. So they can't. Yeah, they cancel each other out.
Yeah.
So he needs 3 up. That's a 3. So let's see. Is it
strength 5?
Okay. So you need 2. So that's a wound. Is there any minus to his armor?
There is no modifier to it.
All right. So I need a 6 here to save it. That's a 5. So roll ahead. Let's see what happens to him. And so it's a 1. So he has a flesh wound, and he is face up and pinned. Now I need to make a leadership test on him. And he's running 2d6 inches to hide. And so he's running 9 inches, so we'll come back with his movement next. So after his break test, he climbed down the ladder, and ran into hiding right back there. He's like, somebody just got shot, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyhow. You got any more shots coming?
I gotta see who I can see from inside.
All right, we'll come back with Ian shooting. It's effective. Not that you can see him all that well, but there's a guy in that window there. He's going to shoot at that guy there, who does have +1 to cover, or -1 to the hit roll from cover, but Ian gets +1, so it counters each other out, so we need to 3+. There's a hit, and he has to roll ammo roll. And what's the ammo roll now?
Ammo roll
5+, so you're good. All right, now you roll the wound.
Strength 4?
Yep. Nothing. Woo! He is face up because he is pinned though, and I gotta make a leadership test for my leader, who decides he's okay because he has leadership 9, so he is good with that 8. Woo! So this guy in the doorway there is going to be shooting at the leader there, so he does have a -2 to his roll, and he doesn't get any bonuses. So you need 5 or 6. Stop this! Stop this! All right, you need your ammo check first off, and you make it, and then roll the wound. And no wound. All right. So he is pinned though because he is because he was hit. And then there's another guy back in this doorway here who's shooting at that guy there. He does have a -2 to his roll as well. 1.
No.
And nobody in the way of that stray shot. So that is okay. So nothing else this round, so we'll come back with round 2 for the attackers next. Over here at the beginning of the round, I got to make an initiative test for both these guys. So we'll start off with my non-leader guy. So I have initiative 4 with these guys because they're Genestealer Cult. So there's 1, and then my leader. Come on, leader! 4, so he's good as well. So they both stand up and can activate this round. I have 2 guys here that charged into the guy there. So through the windows that are open. There's no windows there, and then the guy on the other side of the door. So because I rolled slick, I'll do the first guy that's in the doorway.
Oh no!
He's down, and then the guy on through the barrier, he's fine. Wow, terrible, terrible. I figured that was gonna happen. That's what happened last time too with the corrosive slick. So he's down. We'll see what happens to him at the end of the round, but he can crawl out of combat if I want to, and you can't instantly kill him because you have somebody else in combat against you. So we'll come back later. And in the movement phase, this is what it looks like. This guy is still in combat. That guy there decides that the slick is good and he slides in it. He moved up and is hiding. These guys are moving up as well. And that guy over there behind the barrier is also hiding. And then that guy over there will be standing up at the end of the round and just sort of turtling. And so we will come back with shooting next. Starting with this guy here, he's going to use his auto gun on the plasma guy. I am within 12 inches, so I get a +1 to this roll, so I need 3s. So I hit. So he is pinned. I need to roll a wound, so I need 4s. That's a 1, so nothing. But he is pinned, which is good. Next, my leader here is going to shoot into that guy there that's not in combat. My bonuses will be negated by my negative, so I need 4+. That is nothing. Ooh. This guy here, popping out of hiding and is shooting into the same guy in the doorway. So I get a +1 in total, so I need 3 or higher. Hits, so he'll be pinned. And then I need to roll a wound, so I need 4s. Nothing. One of the combats next, we do have 1 there. This guy here is popping into cover, and those guys are in the open. He's still hiding, and he'll be standing up. So I charged. I'm fighting through a barricade, so they cancel each other out. I roll 2d6 because I have dual wield weapons here. And so then I rolled a 6, and then he has a weapon skill of 3, so 9. So you roll a d6, and you rolled a 2.
No.
So what's your weapon skill?
Weapon skill 3.
So that's 5. So I have 4 dice that I have to roll or get to roll to see if I wound you on. So you are toughness 3, so I need 4s. All right, so all of them wounds, and I get a critical. Actually, that's a roll to hit. So let's see if I down you here, which is a good thing for me. I need a 2 or higher. So you are put out of action because as soon as you're down in combat and you have nobody else in there with you, you remove. So he is out. Yes, I downed somebody finally. That is good for me. End of the round for my down guy. I got to see what happens to him. So on a 6, he's out of action. 1 is flesh wound. 2 to 4 or 2 to 5 is nothing. No changes. All right, so no changes. And so, the end of the round, this is what it looks like. This guy does get to make a 2-inch movement as well, so because of the combat that I forgot about. So he's just going to sort of tuck himself here where nobody has line of sight. These guys, he's popped out of hiding. Those guys aren't. He does not get to make an initiative test because he has nobody within 2 inches. Neither does the guy down there, so they're useless for this round. But you do have that guy, as well as your leader and the other one over there, that can do something, and I'll have to make a bottle test next round, which isn't good. So we'll come back after Ian's movement. So there is a guy here that charged into my down fighter at the doorway. So he did charge, so he needs to roll a die to see what happens, and he hopes he does not roll a 1. He rolls a 1! He's down as well! Oh my goodness! That is crazy! End of Ian's movement phase. The only guy that he moved, besides the charging guy that is now down, is the alpha who just moved up to be within 4 inches of him because he's hoping to shoot him in the face. That guy did not move because if he does, he can't shoot. So we'll come back with Ian's shooting phase next. This guy here, he's going to be shooting into my guy in the open right down there from his advantage point. So he is -1, so he rolls a 6, so he hits no matter what. You got to stop rolling those 6s. Ammo check? And what's your ammo rating?
Ammo rating for this is 6+.
Alright, so you're good. So now you need to roll. I'm hoping for a 1.
Strength 7,
yeah.
D3 damage.
So, no, you wound him, and I don't get any armor saves, so D3.
It is...
So 3 damage, so 3 dice. See what you do to him. So you take him out of action twice over
really
that
take
6.
him out.
So he is removed from action. Bam. Alright, this guy here is firing into my guy there. I do have cover. So you do get a -1 from that. So let's see what happens. It's another 6! Oh my goodness! Stop it!
And I'm okay for ammo.
Yeah, so you need to roll a wound. So it's strength 5, so you need 2s. I'm hoping for that. Wow, it's a 3, so it is a wound. Yeah, is there...
D3 damage again.
Is there any armor save modifier?
No modifier.
So I need a 6 here to save it. Oh, come on! Alright, so D3 damage.
We're doing 2 wounds.
Yeah, let's see what happens. And so he is down.
And you cannot hide.
No.
You wanted to.
So there are 2 guys in there in the recovery phase that Ian has to roll for. So what one do you want to do first?
We'll do the one on the left of the door there.
So the one that is down there. Okay. So he stands up and takes a flesh wound. So he gets -1 ballistic skill and weapon skill. The next guy, no changes. So he stays there. All right. Slippery. We'll come back with my movement next. Beginning of the round, I gotta see if I bottle, so I have a leadership 9, and I'm fine with 7. So, we'll come back with my movement next. So during the movement phase, I have 3 rolls I need to make. I gotta charge this guy who charged into the down fighter on the other side. I have a guy that charged into the fighter over there, and then my leader onto that guy. So we'll start with the guy at the window there. Let's see, no 1s. Oh, the guy that charged onto the fighter inside the building. Good, and my leader. Are you serious? Are you serious? What is up with this? My leader is down at the end of his movement. That isn't good for me. So shooting with Grom first, he's going to be shooting at the leader, sustained fire. So he gets 4 shots. So the first one, I need 5s, I believe. Yeah, 5s. There's a 5. So let's see if I wound you. I need to get 3 higher. I do not. Next one, but he is pinned, which is good. Next one, needing 5s. No. Third one, yes. 3 or higher. Stupid. 5s, nothing. I can hit, but I can't wound with a bigger gun, and I don't get why. But he is pinned, which means he can't charge next round yet. So combat phase now, this guy here is going to take that guy out of action, so that guy is automatically removed. My leader will be taken out of action because he is down at the end of his charge, so I'm assuming because of this he would be in the combat threat range, so he would be taken out as well, and then I have my guy inside there. So I need to roll 2d6 because I have dual weapons. Alright, so I got a 5 highest, and so you roll 1. You got a 6. Your weapon skill is 3, so that takes it up to a 9. So I have, I charge, so I get a 6 as well. And then I add 1, my weapon skill to it, which takes it up to a 9 as well. So the tie goes to whoever has a higher initiative. I have an initiative 4.
I have initiative 3.
Alright, so I win it, I automatically get 1 hit on you. So I need a 4. nothing. We are locked into combat. So I got to roll for my down guy, so we'll start off with that guy. All right, so he's taken out of action, and then my guy over on the other side is no changes. So the beginning of Ian's go, he needs to make a bottle test.
But I get +1?
Yeah, so you effectively 10, and you are 9, so you make it. End of the movement phase, this guy has moved over just to get a straight shot on my down guy over here. He hasn't moved. Obviously, the combat has not moved as well. So we're going right in the shooting phase. We're going to start off with the, what guy?
Arquebus.
Arquebus, shooting into this guy up here. Grom. So he hits. So.
Strength 7.
Yep. You wound.
Wound.
I get no armor save, so let's see. D3 wounds. It's 1.
Just 1?
So let's see what happens to him. And he is down. So he's like, I've been shot. And that guy over there is going to shoot into the
Arc
downs.
rifle at short range.
Okay.
It's a +2.
So you hit.
So that's a hit.
Yep.
Strength 7.
That's a wound. Armor save. Modifier.
No modifier.
Okay, so I need a 6. I save it.
You got it.
And he's already down, so nothing else happens. And
combat in the chapel.
We'll come back with combats next. All right, here comes the combats. So we have one. My guy has two weapons, and your guy has 1. So I rolled a 6, so I got a 9. So you're not good. So you got 4. So that's 5 difference. I have 5 dice that I get to roll to see if I take them out of action. So here's the wounds. All right, so I have 3 wounds. If I can down him, and he is nothing. No, he's down, yeah. Sorry, because I already wounded him 3 times. Yeah, he's just down. But when you're down in combat, you're automatically taken out of action. Because you have nobody else in combat with you to protect you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like what you did with my leader. Beginning of my rounds, I am going to try to stay in, because I can try to take, I can charge that one guy with the plasma guy with both of them. But both these guys are new recruits. So they need, or have leadership 7. That's the highest leadership that I have, because the other guy is down, my specialist, which is leadership 8. And I don't make it. So I bottle, and I run away. I lose, so I only get 1 Promethium. So we'll come back with the recap and see what happens with all our guys. So coming back with the recap, I have to roll to see if these 2 down guys are actually out of action or not. So on 4+, they are fine. So I'm going to go with my specialist, and he is out of action. So he's going to be...
Injury.
He's going to be rolling on that as well. And then that guy there, he's fine. So he actually survives. So I have 3 youths that actually survived this game, and we'll be getting a check mark. So we'll start off with my leader. I need to roll, is it 1d6 to see what happens?
It is a d6.
Okay, so here we go. Oh no. So I got to roll again, see if he's 1 to 3, he's out of action. 4 to 6, he's captured. All right, so he's captured. So my leader is captured, but that means he survives, so I can still buy people this time. So then I'll go with my first specialist with mining laser. So here's the roll for him. 6, he gets a roll on the advancement chart. So I need to roll 2d6.
I don't like that.
And so I got a 10. What is
so
it?
He's quick. He gets +1 move or +1 initiative.
Ooh, I'm gonna give him +1 move. So Mr. Kador with the mining laser has +1 move. So he's good and survives. And then this guy here, so let's see what happens to him. 4.
He makes a full recovery.
He makes full recovery. Awesome, that's what I wanted. This is my Aelof, so let's see what happens to him. 2.
He takes a head wound.
And he sits out. Next game.
And he gets frenzied.
Yes, and then I have a Broker here. Let's see what happens to him. He also takes a head wound and gets frenzied as well, which is really good for him. Because,
for close combat fighters.
Yeah, really, really good. Doubles the number of attacks you have, so that's great. But he sits out next mission. But that is okay. So for advancements, so I gain 1, the second step of the rewards of battle, you claim your Promethium, so I get 1. Then you go to advancement, which says a member of your kill team has picked up a new skill or has been toughened by their time in the Promethium sprawl. Pick a fighter other than a new recruit from your kill team who was not taken out in the mission and roll on the advanced table. So this guy here was down at the end of the mission and then had to make an injury roll afterwards. So I'm going to pick him because he wasn't taken out during the mission and roll on the advancement chart. So let's see what happens to him. So I got to roll 2d6. I got a 6.
So that is skilled, so you generate a new skill.
All right, he's going to roll on shooting. And so I got a 6 and a 5. I think one is Ammo Hounds, right?
You got
a 6 and a 5.
A 6 and a 5?
Yeah.
So that's Marksman or Ammo Hound?
I'm going to give him Marksman, which allows me to re-roll my failed hits. So he has Ammo Hound, and my Mining Laser, so Kador gets +1 movement from...
That's not good for you.
And then after the awards, I get to re-equip my guys, which is good. So seeing as how my leader is not technically dead, he's captured, I do get to still do the resupply. And so at least that's how we're playing it as. So I'm going to be resupplying and using that one Prometheum that I had to actually hire a third specialist, because Genestealer Cults can take 3. And I'm going to hire up Crack here. Crack is a guy that is armed with both crack and frag grenades and a grenade launcher. So it's 195 points in total. So I have 5 points left, and I don't think I can take anything else. 5 points on any of my lists. So that is all he is just that. So I'm done. We're going to come back with Ian's next. So for Ian's rewards of battle, we got to start off by recovering injured fighters. So he has 3 guys that were taken out of action, so he has to roll on the serious injury chart for each of them.
So for Archimedes.
Yes. 4.
He's full
recovery. Next guy.
Eudoxus.
Okay. He makes an advancement, because he gets the what doesn't kill you. So roll 2d6, and let's see what happens to him. So he has 7. 7 is skilled. So now you get to roll on your skill chart. As a trooper, he gets what? Combat, guerrilla.
I'm going to take shooting.
Shooting? Oh yeah. So 2 and 6. Or 2. So you get either Ammo Hound or Marksman.
I'm going to take Marksman.
All right. So he gets Marksman. And then you have one more guy to roll for here. So d6 roll. 5, he is full recovery as well, so your team is back up to full strength. Next, he gets to claim his Prometheum, so he gets d3 of those. So he gets 1 Prometheum, and then he can take an advancement on somebody as well, which is really good. So it's going to be his leader or big guy? Who are you going to do?
Ooh,
What one of those 3?
Yeah, I'm going to go for the leader.
Okay, so roll 2d6. Let's see what happens. Alright, so 6 is also skilled.
So I'm going to have to consult the
Alright, we'll come back and see what chart he rolls on. So the leader here is going to be rolling on stealth. He does get it. And so he rolls 2d6, and it's a 5 and a 2. So I'm just flipping to that page here as soon as I get there. So 2 is dive. Fighter can run and hide in the same turn. And 5 is infiltration. So you can, once both players have set up their kill teams before the mission begins, you can make 2 free run moves with that fighter, which is really good too.
I'll be taking infiltration.
Yeah, infiltration on the leader. And Ian, for his resupply, brings in a new recruit with a galvanic rifle. So that is it. We'll come back with the after action report next. Alright guys, welcome to the after action report. You just saw the match between Cult Destructus and
Omnissiah's Will.
And, well, it was a victory for Omnissiah's Will. He only got 1 Prometheum. I had 1 Prometheum, but I spent mine to get a specialist. But the big thing is you took my leader. He has been captured. So the next mission for sure will be rescue, because I do want to get my leader back. Big thing in that game for me was the fact that I rolled a slick on 2 of my charges, which is terrible, because in all honesty, like, what's the chances of that? You know what I mean? and so my leader, of all people, decided that the slicky goo stuff was a good thing, and then one of my new recruits as well also fell in the slick, and then eventually were succumbed to it. So really bad for me, good for Ian, but I think if those 2 charges went off, it would have been different.
Been quite different, yeah.
Yeah, so because your plasma guy would have been probably out of action from my leader.
They don't like, the Skitarii don't like getting tied up in combat.
No.
So this was a difficult mission for me, because starting in a clump in the center, negates all of my range bonuses for my weapons.
Absolutely.
So I'm already at a disadvantage, and you're just great at like hiding and then charging in and stabbing.
That's right, because I can detect you if you're not hiding 8 inches and charge you, right? So really, really good. But yeah, so hopefully guys you enjoyed the battle reports. We're going to be doing Rescue next, again between Cult Destructus and Omnissiah as well. So stay tuned for that. Leave any comments below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. As well, if you like the content that Blackfyre Productions offers you, you can hit up the link for our Patreon account as well, and hopefully contribute to helping us build the content that we have on our YouTube channel. Thank you again, and ignite your hobby.